More than a dozen bills aimed at improving conditions at assisted living facilities for the elderly are making their way through the state capitol with key hearings this week. The legislation would increase penalties for violations, require more frequent inspections, and boost training for the staff.
If you send your elderly relative to a nail technician for a manicure, the manicurist is required to have 400 hours of training. If you send them for a haircut, the cosmetologist is required to have 1,600 hours of training and 3,200 hours of apprenticeship. And yet, for a caregiver in a residential facility who might have to supply oxygen to patients, work with patients who suffer from dementia or bed sores, it is only 10 hours of training required. This is just absurd and irrational.
The laws were proposed in response to UT Watchdog's Deadly Neglect series last fall, which chronicled 27 deaths from abuse and neglect and highlighted many of the systemic shortfalls now being addressed. They all passed their first committee with little opposition. The feedback was constructive. For instance, home operators who would pay more in fees and fines wanted to make sure that the money would fund more inspections, not the same old bureaucracy. With your Watchdog Minute, I'm Ricky Young, UTTV.